2 presently allotted to Shri Abhishek Manu Singhvi.
माननीय आज 0 आवर की बड़ी चिंता हो रही है.
Nadda slams Congress, Kharge hits back.
हमारे लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन वरिष्ठ नेता हैं. मैं उनसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि वो कहेंगे कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो, अच्छे तरीके से हो.
Why Mr. Nadda should say that I am trying to suppress that matter? We never. You suppress so many things, and you people do that.
Singhvi says, cash not mine.
Unfortunately, I came at 12:57 inside the house after signing my attendance. 1 o'clock the house rose, I went and had lunch with Ayodhya Rami Reddy in the canteen, and then I went away.
Congress corners center over Adani. Congress corners center over Adani. On 5 Live.
If all the action was in Maharashtra yesterday, all the action is in Parliament today. The opposition, big guns blazing at the government on a variety of issues and multiple controversies erupting as well. And I'm going to take you all through each and every one of them. Remember, Parliament, it's important to keep track of what is going on. There is business taking place, but a huge amount of politics and agitations as well. I'm Shiv. Thanks for being with me on 5 Live. These are the headlines. Opposition corners center over the Adani indictments. Silent protests staged outside Parliament. Priyanka Gandhi and Rahul Gandhi wearing masks lead the charge. Parliament seats triggers showdown. Sources say Samajwadi Party is angry over more seats for the Congress Party. Grand Old Party claims it has complained to the Speaker. Are the UP ke ladke having a spat? High drama at Punjab-Haryana border as Kisan stir intensifies again. It's like a deja vu. Tear gas lobbed, border security fortified. Farmers claim 6 injured. Portfolio distribution suspense continues in Maharashtra a day after the swearing-in. Chief Minister Fadnavis speaks exclusively to India today, says allocation talks are underway, claims Shinde backed him for the Chief Minister's post.
और नेताओं को भी ये लगता था कि इस नंबर के बाद हम लोग अगर भारतीय जनता पार्टी का मुख्यमंत्री नहीं बनाएंगे. शिंदे जी ने भी, मैं आपको कहता हूं कि शिंदे जी ने भी ये कहा, पीएम साहब को भी कहा और अमित भाई को भी कहा कि मैं समझ सकता हूं कि आपका नंबर ही ऐसा है कि आपको ये विचार करना पड़ा.
Delhi election dangal escalates. Kejriwal accuses BJP of removing over 10,000 voters from the election rolls in the Shadara area. Poll body fact check says only 494 deletion requests from the BJP. February is the Delhi election. You've heard of cash for votes. You've heard of money power during elections. You've even seen bundles of cash being waved outside Parliament in the infamous cash scandal many years ago. But a big political war over cash has now broken out after Rajya Sabha chairperson Jagdeep Dhankhar said that a wad of 50,000 rupees in cash was recovered from the seat allocated to Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi today. The claim by Dhankhar on the floor of the House has led to angry protests by Congress MPs, with the party president Mallikarjun Kharge stressing that names should not be taken in this manner without an investigation. Here's everything we know so far.
Apparently, a wad of currency notes was recovered by the security official from seat number 20222, presently allotted to Shri Abhishek Manu Singhvi, elected from State. I don't cast any aspersion on anyone.
Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar on Friday morning informed the Rajya Sabha he had ordered a probe into the recovery of cash from Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi's bench. Leader of opposition Mallikarjun Kharge, however, questioned the chairman for naming Singhvi when the probe was yet to be completed.
Without investigating, how can you say a particular man or particular seat? How can...
Union ministers immediately rose in support of Dhankhar.
I don't understand why there should be objection that the chair should not take the name of the member. When? No, but then chairman has rightly pointed out the seat number and the member who occupies that particular seat number. What is wrong in that? Why there should be objection?
The charges triggered an angry exchange of words.
मुझे आप पर और आपकी रूलिंग पर पूरा भरोसा है कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन डिटेल में होगा और दूध का दूध पानी का पानी होगा। लेकिन प्रजातंत्र में कभी कुछ बातें अपने पक्ष में आती हैं, कुछ अपने विपक्ष में आती हैं। किसी पर आप तीव्रता दिखाओ और किसी मुद्दे को आप मिट्टी डालो, यह ठीक नहीं है। हमारे लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन वरिष्ठ नेता हैं, मैं उनसे एक्सपेक्ट कर रहा था कि वो कहेंगे कि इन्वेस्टिगेशन हो, अच्छे तरीके से हो, लेकिन मैं लीडर ऑफ ऑपोजिशन के वक्तव्य में कहीं इन्वेस्टिगेशन को प्रीएम्प्ट करने की कोशिश तो नहीं चल रही है, इसको भी ध्यान में रखने की जरूरत है।
We never objected that you should not investigate. Have we objected? Why Mr. Nadda should say that I am trying to suppress that matter? We never. You suppress so many things and you people do that. We don't do that. It is your quality.
While the chairman did not reveal the amount, sources tell India Today 50,000 rupees was found. Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi denied the money belonged to him.
Fortunately or unfortunately, I came at 12:57 inside the house after signing my attendance. 1 o'clock the house rose, I went and had lunch with Rami Reddy in the canteen and then I went away. I think more important is that everything in the house should not lead to cheap tactics and arop, pratyarop, allegation, counter allegation for everything. I think it demeans our level. But anyway, it should be fully inquired into how the security lapse occurred, who put it, rightly or by mistake. But it's no point, in fact, I would question the very rationale of even mentioning 222 as the seat number.
The recovery comes even as the BJP and Congress are locked in a fierce face-off over Adani's indictment in a US court. While the Congress is demanding a JPC probe into allegations that Gautam Adani paid bribes to land a solar deal, the BJP has accused the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, of working in tandem with billionaire George Soros and foreign agencies to hurt India's growth story.
जॉर्ज सोरोस और राहुल गांधी ये एक ही हैं। राहुल ही जॉर्ज है, राहुल ही जॉर्ज है और जॉर्ज का एजेंडा ही राहुल का एजेंडा है। जो सोरोस चाहता है वही राहुल चाहते हैं। सोरोस भारत का अमंगल चाहता है, अहित चाहता है। राहुल गांधी भी भारतवर्ष का अमंगल और अहित चाहते हैं।
जो लोग जवाहरलाल नेहरू जिन्होंने 13 साल आज़ादी की लड़ाई में जेल में काटे, उनको देशद्रोही कह सकते हैं। जो इंदिरा जी को देशद्रोही कह सकते हैं, जिन्होंने पाकिस्तान को के 2 टुकड़े किए, जो शहीद हुए इस देश के लिए, जो राजीव जी को देशद्रोही कह सकते हैं। तो अगर वो राहुल जी को ऐसा करें तो इसमें कोई नई बात तो है नहीं।
लगातार विरोध प्रदर्शन हो रहा है प्रियंका जी,
और मुझे बहुत गर्व है अपने भाई पे।
मैम एक बार रिपीट कर दीजिए क्या करें?
मेरे भाई के लिए देश से ऊपर कुछ नहीं है।
Parliament only resumed working this Monday after the first week was washed out. Now the tussle between the BJP and Congress is set to heat up the winter session further. With Piyush Mishra in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So the obvious curiosity for anyone, in the public space will be, what's the big deal about cash being found in Parliament? Are there some rules that govern it? Because 50,000 rupees is a large sum of money, but does it sound like a scam level kind of sum of money? So what are the rules? Well, for starters, as you might have expected, there's no explicit law banning MPs from carrying cash. I mean, they are, after all, citizens, they're allowed to carry cash. But any display of a large amount of money is strictly prohibited. So that can't happen. Nobody can walk around waving wads of cash. That didn't happen in this case, FYI. Carrying several bundles of cash is also strictly prohibited. Display of cash could undermine the dignity of the institution. So this is a written code as far as Parliament is concerned. The rule was reinforced after the note for vote scam in 2008, when you remember, a constellation of absolutely shameless leaders brandished banknotes outside the Parliament. In 2008, MPs were displayed bundles of cash inside the Lok Sabha during that particular trust vote. So compared to that, in this particular case, 50,000 rupees, a ward of 15,000 rupees has been found at a seat apparently allocated to Abhishek Manu Singhvi, has triggered an alarm enough for the chairperson of the Rajya Sabha to actually identify the seat, name Abhishek Manu Singhvi, and trigger what you just saw in that report is a big face-off. Joining me live are reporters from Parliament, Piyush Mishra, also Amit Bharadwaj. Piyush, 50,000 rupees doesn't strike one as a colossal sum of money that should trigger some kind of, huge investigation. Most people would think that, compared to the kinds of notes that have been displayed in Parliament in the past, 50,000 rupees, many MPs are fairly wealthy. It is not beyond the realm of imagination for MPs to even carry 50,000 rupees with them. Abhishek Manu Singhvi himself is a fairly wealthy person, even though he has categorically denied that this money is his own. There are many other wealthy MPs. Why has this become such a big deal? The public wants to know, Piyush.
Well, absolutely, Shiv. It has now become a huge row because the cash which has been found is now being investigated by the top authorities. What we are learning is that a committee has already been formed which will look into as to how the cash reached there in Parliament premises. Today in the morning, it was Jagdeep Dhankhar who had said that there was, the investigation was going on, the checks were going on, and during that course, the authorities found 50,000 cash there. BJP is now terming it corruption. BJP is saying that it's black money, and Congress, ka se Congress and ka se corruption, they both are synonymous to each other. This is what the BJP is saying. But at the same time, Shiv, Congress party is saying that without concluding any kind of probe, you cannot name a leader behind this. Though JP Nadda, who is leader of the House, also slammed the Congress party, saying that it is unusual and also undermines the dignity of Parliament. We'll have to wait and watch what will come out of this entire probe. And like you rightly mentioned, that there is no law that an MP cannot carry cash inside the House. But what is more problematic here is that the cash was found, and that also on the seat of Congress MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Also, Rajya Sabha chairperson said that nobody had claimed that, and that is why it has become a huge problem. And now all the CCTVs are going to be checked. They are going to find how did the cash actually reach there in Rajya Sabha, and that on the seat number 222.
I'm just confused because, and I'm actually a little bemused by this whole situation because, Amit, I can imagine people expressing alarm if 10 crore rupees or 20 crore rupees was found somewhere in Parliament, in bundles or in a suitcase or under someone's seat. 50,000 rupees is, 50 1,000 rupee notes or 25 2,000 rupee notes. It's not such a big deal. I'm not saying that it's not a small sum of money. It's a big sum of money. But, MPs can easily carry 50,000 rupees. It's not difficult to carry 50,000 rupees even into Parliament. It's not like it's going to trigger some kind of alarm. And the cynic in me is also wondering, क्या करप्शन कर लोगे 50,000 के साथ? You know, I'm not casting aspersions on MPs, but I'm sure no MP does anything for 50,000 rupees.
Right, Shiv. That's the biggest question right now that India Bloc is also pointing out at. But certainly, carrying cash and this kind of cash being found on the floor of the House, right beneath the seat of a sitting MP, was a matter of concern, because this was found by anti-sabotage unit of the Parliament. Every day there are checks at the end of the day when this kind of anti-sabotage checks are being done, and that's when it was found. But what is important out here is that the kind of opposition that has been registered by the leader of opposition in Rajya Sabha, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, what is said is that, the chair itself has said that the probe is going on, and before the probe is concluded, you can't come to a conclusion. So why name the MP is one of the major questions that the opposition benches are asking right now, in particular Rajya Sabha LOP, that why the MP Abhishek Manu Singhvi has been named, number one. Number two, even whether the notes are genuine or not, the chair said that we do not know as to whether the notes are genuine or not. The investigation needs to be done, and the agencies have been roped in for the purpose. And this was the second major concern that was raised by the opposition leaders, that there's an allegation, there's a finding that is being claimed. So let's wait for the probe to get over, and let's then letting the name of the MP known could have been better. Because right now there will be a lot of aspersions that are being cast on Mr. Singhvi right now. And in fact, in that particular case, Mr. Singhvi also said that on the day when this particular cash is being have found, he was there in the Parliament, in the Rajya Sabha, only for 3 minutes, because as per him, he came at 12:57, went out at 1 p.m. because of the ruckus that was happening in the House. So clearly, the opposition, in particular the Congress party, has objection to the fact that Mr. Singhvi's name have been put out in public on the floor of the House, rather, even before a proper probe has been concluded.
Okay, so I have no intention to sound lighthearted or facetious about this, but in a country where scams usually run into the many tens or hundreds of crores, I'm just a little amused by the paltriness of the sum over which Parliament appears to have seen this kind of upheaval today. 50,000 rupees doesn't strike me as being the centerpiece of any great corrupt act. I may be completely wrong, of course, and the journalist in me, of course, will always say that there needs to be an investigation, but I'm just wondering whether the naming and shaming, as it were, that has happened in Parliament is actually appropriate. Obviously, the law must take its own course. Thanks very much, Amit and Piyush, for bringing us into that story. Meanwhile, and Parliament has been right at the center of a variety of storms. The cash controversy is what I started with because that was the most visible. But a big political spat apparently has erupted over not cash, but seating allotments inside Parliament. The India Bloc parties are unhappy with their new seats in the Lok Sabha. Before the new seats were allocated, Samajwadi Party chief Akhilesh Yadav, Faizabad MP Avdesh Prasad and Akhilesh's wife and MP Dimple Yadav used to take seats in the first and second rows along with senior Congress leaders in the 8th block. But in the new arrangement, Akhilesh Yadav has been allocated a seat away from the Congress leaders in the first row of the 6th block, while Avdesh Prasad has been shifted to the second row and will be sitting along with Dimple Yadav. According to the new seating positions, Rahul Gandhi, the leader of the opposition in the Lok Sabha, will be seated in the front row of the 8th block, while his sister and new MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra will be seated in the 4th row of the same block. Why this sudden change in seats? Is there some kind of a spat between the Samajwadi Party and the Congress Party? The Samajwadi Party has denied any rift, but observers say that all is not well.
मैं नाराज़ नहीं हूँ, लेकिन जो भी सीटिंग डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन या सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट करते हैं, उन्हें ये भी ध्यान रखना चाहिए कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी हर स्तर पे हमारे गठबंधन के लोगों को लड़ाने की कोशिश करेंगी, क्योंकि बीजेपी नहीं चाहती है कि इंडिया गठबंधन के लोग एकजुट हों। तो ये कम से कम इंडिया गठबंधन के लोगों को सिटिंग अरेंजमेंट कैसे होना है, ये कोई बहुत बड़ा इशू नहीं है। ये तो ये है कि हम लोग जब चाहेंगे तब रिजॉल्व कर लेंगे।
मैं तो आगे बैठा था, आज बैठा था, देखिए, नो इट इज नॉट डिमोशन।
तो अखिलेश जी ने बोला आपको कि आप आगे बैठिए।
ऑन व्हाट बेसिस यू आर सेइंग दैट?
नहीं, मतलब सरकार के निशाने पर तो आप रहते हैं ना, क्योंकि फ्रंट आपको जो अलॉट हुआ है सीट वो पीछे हो गई इस बार।
नो, पीछे नहीं, आज भी बैठे थे, आप कल देखिएगा, कल देखिए आगे सीट हम बैठेंगे। यहाँ माननीय अखिलेश जी हमारे नेता बैठते थे, उसी सीट पे कल बैठेंगे।
हम चाहते हैं समाजवादी पार्टी को 2 सीटें फ्रंट की रो में मिले और इसके लिए आग्रह भी स्पीकर से किया है, करते रहेंगे। 37 से ज्यादा सदस्य जिसके हों उसे पहली रो में न दिया जाए, इसलिए कि भाजपा की सरकार के अंदर जो अंदरूनी झगड़ा है, किस मंत्री को कहां बैठा लो, उसकी कीमत सापा क्यों चुका है, विपक्ष क्यों चुका है।
So let's just show you what the seating arrangements look like inside the Lok Sabha and where this spat has actually arisen. Now, Prime Minister Modi is in the first block, front row, seat number 1. He's the Prime Minister. Rajnath Singh, Defence Minister, first block, front row, seat number 2, right next to Modi. Rahul Gandhi is in the 8th block, front row, seat number 498. Is in the 8th block, front row, seat number 498. Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, new Lok Sabha MP, she's on. Akhilesh Yadav earlier used to be seated with Rahul in the 8th block. Now he's been shifted to the 6th block, front row, seat number 355. Samajwadi Party MP Avdesh Prasad earlier seated with Akhilesh and Rahul, now in the 6th block, in the 2nd row, seat number 357. So it's a big fight over the seating arrangements inside the Lok Sabha. We've got some breaking news coming in now. Okay, Congress sources telling India today that the parliament seating controversy is relevant and not a non-issue because for every 28 members, 1 front seat can be allocated. So India bloc minus the Trinamool Congress, 7 seats were offered to the India bloc. It was decided that 1 seat will go to Rahul Gandhi, that's the leader of the opposition. The Congress would get 3, Samajwadi Party 2 and the DMK 1. However, the government went back on the formula and reduced 1 seat of the Samajwadi Party. The Congress has protested about this to the Parliament Affairs Minister. The Samajwadi Party has also done the same. So let's get some clarity on this. India Today's reporter in Parliament, Aishwarya Paliwal, is with me live. Aishwarya, so this isn't so much a spat between the Congress and the Samajwadi Party as it is between the India bloc allies and the government. Am I right?
Well, Shiv, you know, we are seeing a tug of war taking place because there's a very old saying, Shiv, where you stand is often decided by where you sit. And that's why we are now seeing with regards to the front row. Because if you remember the last time, Abhishek Prasad, you know, he's someone that Akhilesh Yadav has been showing off in the entire parliament as a prized possession. So Akhilesh Yadav was expecting that at least, you know, that person would be given the front seat. And let me tell you, what has not happened is a conversation between the Congress and the Samajwadi Party. That did not take place. And that's the reason why we are seeing Akhilesh Yadav coming out and saying that even though I'm not angry, but he did clearly in a veiled manner say that these are issues that can be resolved. But yes, let me tell you, Samajwadi Party thinks that Congress did not fight harder, and the reason why they have been given the back seats and not as much as they deserve is something that Akhilesh Yadav and Samajwadi Party will have to sort it out with the Congress Party, because they clearly believe that the kind of pushback that should have come from the Congress, that did not happen when the Congress raised the issue with the government and with the Parliamentary Affairs Minister. Shiv.
Okay, so where you stand is often dictated by where you sit. Very relevant to what we're talking about. Aishwarya, thanks very much for that quick update. Hopefully, all of that will be sorted out. Parliament is a serious business. Hopefully, the two parties can get to work quickly and sort out that seating arrangement. Remember, today is Baba Sahib Ambedkar's anniversary, and India remembers one of its tallest sons today. Here are some of the top images of celebrations and venerations from different parts of the country. Prime Minister Modi led the nation in paying tribute to Dr. Bhimrao Ambedkar on his 69th Mahaparinirvan Divas at Parliament House. These are images from that ceremony this morning. Vice President Jagdeep Dhankhar also paid his respects to Dr. Ambedkar December the 6th commemorates the death anniversary of Ambedkar, who championed social justice and equality in India. He is also the father of the Indian Constitution. During the event, Prime Minister Modi was seen sharing a light moment with Congress chief Mallikarjun Kharge. This particular video has gone viral. Despite their differences in parliament, the two senior leaders exchanged smiles in a rare gesture, an indication of what politics is really all about. Leader of the opposition Rahul Gandhi, along with his sister and newly elected Congress MP Priyanka Gandhi Vadra, also paid tribute at the parliament ceremony to Dr. Ambedkar. Several other opposition leaders, including K.C. Venugopal and Pramod Tiwari, joined in paying homage to Dr. Ambedkar, the chief architect of India's constitution. Relevant today, considering that the Congress party has been leading a charge against the government with the constitution as the centerpiece. Devendra Fadnavis has taken oath for the top post in Maharashtra. But what's on the cards for the BJP, Shiv Sena and Ajit Pawar? Maharashtra's newly elected chief minister dropped a big hint in an exclusive and first interview to India Today on the much-awaited Mahayuti 2.0 Sarkar, including portfolio distribution within the state government. Here's everything that we know so far.
देवेंद्र सरिता गंगाधरराव फडणवीस ईश्वर साक्ष शपथ घेतो की
Devendra Fadnavis takes the reins of one of India's richest states. The BJP, Shiv Sena and NCP are yet to finalize the composition of the Maharashtra cabinet. In an exclusive interview with India Today, Maharashtra Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis hinted the leadership wants a mix of youth and experience in the new government.
हमारी चर्चाएं चल रही है. देखिए, सवाल परसेप्शन का ही होता है. मतलब सभी को न्याय मिला है, ऐसा परसेप्शन अगर क्रिएट नहीं हुआ तो उनकी पार्टियों में उनको सम्मान नहीं मिलता है. तो इसलिए हमारी बातचीत चल रही है.
Sources have confirmed the BJP is likely to secure significant portfolios, including the Home and Revenue Ministries, alongside the prestigious Speaker's position and the chairperson of the Legislative Council. The Shiv Sena, led by Eknath Shinde, is expected to take charge of the Urban Development Ministry. The party is also eyeing the Legislative Council chairman post. The Finance Ministry and Deputy Speaker's position are expected to go to Ajit Pawar's NCP. The Chief Minister also cleared the air on rumours of rift within the Mahayuti.
चूंकि ये डिसाइसिव मैंडेट हमको मिला और भारतीय जनता पार्टी सबसे बड़ी पार्टी बनी कि मुख्यमंत्री भारतीय जनता पार्टी का बनेगा. हमारे दोनों दोस्तों से हमने बातचीत की, उनको भी इस बात की मान्यता थी. उन्होंने भी ये कहा था कि ये जैसे हमारी महायुति को मैंडेट है, वैसे ही हमारी पहली बैठक में एकनाथ शिंदे जी ने इस बात को मान्य कर लिया था.
The day after the oath-taking ceremony in Mumbai, Shiv Sena UBT launched a fierce attack on Shinde, accusing him of undermining the legacy of Bala Saheb Thackeray.
If you look at it, Bharatiya Janata Party's known strategy has been to backstab its own political allies. He was used as a chief minister for 2.5 years, and as soon as they've gone into an election and come back again, they've discarded him as the CM, and he himself has publicly hinted that.
Deputy Chief Minister Eknath Shinde firmly rejected accusations.
आणि अशा या महाराष्ट्राचं नेतृत्व 2.5 वर्ष करण्याची संधी माझ्यासारख्या सर्वसामान्य शेतकऱ्याच्या कुटुंबातल्या कार्यकर्त्याला बाळासाहेबांच्या आशीर्वादाने, धर्मवीर आनंदीके साहेबांच्या आशीर्वादाने मिळाली, हे मी माझं भाग्य समजतो. बाळासाहेब ठाकरे जी हमारे दिल में है, हमारे दिल में है.
With the Mahayuti winning a 3/4 majority, Fadnavis faced the tough challenge of pleasing all constituents of the alliance. But with the BJP just short of the majority mark, the Chief Minister is expected to get a free hand in running the affairs of the state. Bureau Report, India Today.
Very quick break here on 5 Live. On the other side, we do a quick dive into the world of cryptocurrency and the historic milestone it has hit. Also with the new crypto czar that President Trump has appointed to his new government. And Akshita Nandagopal speaks with Mudrek's co-founder and CEO Edul Patel. Don't go anywhere. That's coming up right after this.
Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
ज़माने से हटकर बेबाक है मेरा सिग्नेचर finest cardamom seeds, a premium product from Dilbar Group.
Hey Google, how do I do a wing liner? AI Ray. Flip the script with the new Motorola Razr 50 series.
Hello, Moto. Motorola Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
Hi, I am AI anchor Sana, bringing the top headlines for you, presented by Motorola. Bundles of currency notes found under Congress leader's seat in Rajya Sabha, Speaker assured investigation. Supreme Court issues notice to CBI on petition by Sajjan Kumar and Balwant Khokhar in 1984 anti-Sikh riots case. Former Karnataka Deputy CM K.S. Ishwarappa in trouble, case registered for hate speech.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
ज़माने से हटकर बेबाक है मेरा सिग्नेचर finest cardamom seeds, a premium product from Dilbar Group.
Make your media plan smarter with India Today Live TV on your connected devices. Amplify your brand with 100 million smart internet viewers. To advertise, mail us at sales@aajtak.com.
It's Donald Trump's big Bitcoin boom. Trump has nominated podcaster and former PayPal chief operating officer David Sacks to be his White House artificial intelligence and crypto czar. Continuing a pattern of rewarding big donors with political power, Sacks has also been closely linked with Elon Musk and helped to back his bid to acquire Twitter.
Meet White House AI and crypto czar. Former PayPal chief operating officer David Sacks has been appointed by Donald Trump to guide his administration's policy for artificial intelligence and cryptocurrency. Trump said in a post on his social media site Truth Social that Sacks will work on a legal framework so the crypto industry has the clarity it has been asking for and can thrive in the US. Sacks is considered a member of the PayPal mafia of former workers and executives at the digital finance firm that includes prominent Trump supporters Peter Thiel and Elon Musk.
We need order in our cities, order at our border, and order restored to a world on fire. My friends, we need President Donald J. Trump back in the White House. Thank you.
Sacks is also a former chief executive of software company Zenefits and founded Yammer, a social network for enterprise users. He was an early evangelist of cryptocurrencies, telling CNBC in a 2017 interview that he believed the rise of Bitcoin, the world's largest cryptocurrency, was revolutionizing the internet. Trump also announced on Wednesday that he was nominating prominent Washington lawyer and crypto advocate Paul Atkins to lead the Securities and Exchange Commission in a move celebrated by the industry. Trump, who once labeled crypto a scam, embraced digital assets during his campaign, promising to make the United States the crypto capital of the planet and to accumulate a national stockpile of Bitcoin. Bureau Report, India Today.
So David Sacks is going to be the new AI and crypto czar. It's going to be very important because it's a priority area for Donald Trump, also with Elon Musk on board. He's a former chief operations officer of PayPal, considered as a member of the famous PayPal mafia, known for his investments in Uber, Facebook, Airbnb, PayPal, as well as SpaceX. He's a co-founder of Glue, an AI tool used in Google Meet and in Zoom. Vocal supporter of Trump throughout the US poll campaign, but deemed Donald Trump responsible for the Capitol riots in 2022. Obviously, that doesn't matter at this point of time, and Trump has rewarded loyalty. Now, Bitcoin reached an all-time high of $100,000 on Thursday, marking a major milestone in the cryptocurrency's history. The jump in Bitcoin's value comes amidst growing optimism among investors about a more crypto-friendly regulatory environment under the incoming administration of this man. Bitcoin has more than doubled in value since the start of 2024 and has risen by about 45% in the last 4 weeks following Trump's election victory.
Bitcoin is going to the moon, as we say. It's going to the moon.
It's the Donald Trump effect. 30 days after the United States elected Trump as its 47th president, the Bitcoin zoomed past the $100,000 mark for the first time. The virtual currency gained nearly 5% on Wednesday, and its market cap crossed the $2 trillion mark, making the Bitcoin more valuable than Saudi Aramco, Tesla, and Meta.
Look, I think there's no other way to describe it but as something that is absolutely historic. Now, of course, a lot of people in crypto expected Bitcoin to reach 100K, but to actually see it happen is absolutely amazing for anybody involved. But I think it should also be something to look at for people in traditional finance, that this asset has gone from absolutely zero with no backing, with no CEO, a totally decentralized network, and is now worth, $100,000 per token. So it's absolutely massive.
So why did this happen? There are several reasons. Investors expect Trump to create a friendly regulatory environment for cryptocurrencies. Seen as a speculative activity rife with fraud and manipulation by the current Biden administration, Trump has pledged to create a strategic national reserve for the government's Bitcoin holdings. The Bitcoin is already being amassed by governments in Bhutan and El Salvador, and by some publicly traded companies like MicroStrategy and Tesla. Fortunes also turned for the currency in March after the launch of ETFs built around the Bitcoin. Reports say that since Election Day in the United States, more than $7 billion have been poured into these ETFs. Voters in the United States also did their part. According to an advocacy group, Stand With Crypto, 298 pro-crypto representatives and senators have been elected in the United States, versus 134 who are anti-crypto. But the biggest trigger for the overnight rally is the nomination of Paul Atkins, a pro-business and a pro-crypto figure, as the head of the Securities and Exchange Commission by Trump.
One of the most important factors that pushed Bitcoin prices higher, and that's the appointment by Trump of Paul Atkins as the head of the SEC. And that's actually the thing that was announced yesterday, and that has been so bullish for crypto prices because, again, as I mentioned, the regulatory appointments are making Bitcoin or let's say crypto investors so bullish because you have an administration that's more positive rather than negative.
But there are plenty of warnings as well. Bitcoin is very volatile, and though it's created fortunes, it's wiped out some as well. After hitting a high of $13,900 in December 2017, the Bitcoin plunged to $3,400 in January 2019. It rose to $59,000 in March 21, but fell more than 40% in just 3 months. By October, it was again at $62,000 before tumbling to $16,600 in December 22.
You could expect Bitcoin to go all the way to 180K and with some more extreme model, all the way to 240K. Now, whether that will happen, nobody knows. Will it be sustainable? Will it stay there? Or will it pull back in a violent fashion afterwards? Nobody knows either.
Interestingly, Bitcoin has not served the purpose its creator Satoshi Nakamoto had intended for it. As far back as in 2008, he wanted it to be a way to make payments. What it is today is a form of digital gold, a way to store monetary value and hedge against inflation. Bureau Report, Business Today TV.
And Business Today's Sakshi Batra is with me on this story. Sakshi, crypto, Bitcoin finally going to have a friendly face in the White House. What do you think on the ground? What kind of future does cryptocurrency really have over the next few years under this new Trump administration?
Well, you're right, Shiv. So it's almost a foregone conclusion that the Trump presidency will actually result in a new pro-business regulatory environment for crypto. Already the SEC head, Gary Gensler, has stepped down, and we have the pro-crypto person, Paul Atkins, who's already going to be heading the SEC going forward from here. Now we are hearing about David Sachs also joining in the Trump administration as well.
Yeah.
So the experts believe that by the end of 2025, we could actually see the passage of sweeping legislation that could finally modernize in the US financial system to embrace cryptocurrency as well. Already, we do know how Bitcoin has rallied since the time US President-elect Donald Trump has been elected as the president right there.
Yeah.
It's been up 45% in just the last 4 weeks, and already Bitcoin has doubled in its value in this year so far. And this is all in anticipation of friendly regulatory environment getting created in the US. Already Donald Trump in his campaign also has said and talked about how he wants to create US as the crypto hub of the world, and he wants to also create a nation of a stockpile of crypto or a reserve of Bitcoin as well. So all of these things definitely point out to favorable environment for the cryptocurrency and the digital assets world right there. Remember, we've already seen that the House of Representatives has already the Financial Innovation and Technology, the 21st Century Act. So all that's needed is some political willpower to really get a version of this legislation signed into a law right now. That shouldn't be a problem once Trump assumes power. So I'm guessing it's all going to be very positive for the Bitcoin and the crypto world going forward.
It's quite interesting times ahead for crypto and Bitcoin. Thanks very much, Sakshi, for putting that into perspective for us. Well, amidst this huge surge in Bitcoin value, Akshita Nandagopal, my colleague, spoke to Mudrex co-founder and CEO Edul Patel on the crypto surge. Very important what he's saying. Listen in.
Cryptocurrency has been making waves in the investment world. Just last week, we saw it hit 93K, and now it's crossed the 100K mark, a milestone that's got everyone talking. So what's driving this massive surge? What does it mean for investors, especially in India? To help us break it all down, we have Edul Patel, founder and CEO of Mudrex, with us today. Edul, 100K, a huge milestone. What's driving this big jump, and how significant is it for the crypto world?
Absolutely. Thanks a lot for having me here, Akshita. What we are seeing today is just a continuation of the optimism that's been following through the wave of regulatory changes that have happened world over, especially in the US. It all starts and goes back as far as a year ago with the Bitcoin ETF being launched, and most recently with President Donald Trump being elected as the new president-elect of the US, and the general optimism around positive regulations coming in the US are continuously driving this. What is happening is that institutions, retail, as well as large holders of crypto are wanting to accumulate more and more crypto. We've seen Michael Slayer from MicroStrategy constantly keep on buying crypto. That's a very large positive sign that has been pushing the demand for crypto and the price for crypto up and up and up. What I actually feel has also happened is that 100,000 is different from 95,000, right? 100,000 is a psychological barrier that has been breached. It's a number that everyone in the community had been speaking about since the last 8-10 years now. And finally, once it reaches there, it just shows the amount of positivity and optimism that's there in the market, and just signals that Bitcoin is now here to stay and is not going anywhere. Not only from the mindset of the users, but also from a regulatory and legality perspective.
So with this rapid rise, what does it mean for crypto's future? How could it essentially change things for Indian investors in particular?
Absolutely. So what we are seeing is that this rapid rise is right now, from an investor perspective, getting in some of the older investors back into crypto. We are seeing on our platform Mudrex that they are coming in, checking their portfolio, buying and selling more and more assets. What we've also started to see is that new developers are coming into crypto and becoming more attuned with all the technology change that's happened over the last few years. And we think that both of these together combined in the next quarter or so might start bringing in absolutely new people into the crypto ecosystem who would want to participate in crypto, hold crypto for the longer run, and just create wealth in this new asset class that's emerging.
For someone new to crypto, this obviously will seem exciting, but also a bit overwhelming. So what advice would you give to anyone thinking of investing right now?
Yeah, typically it's very easy for someone to, get bogged down by all the fear and greed that's pushed to people. This typically always happens in these market cycles. I would recommend that people stay calm, and if they want to participate into crypto, get in from a perspective of accumulating and creating wealth over a longer period. That means that start small, start building off a position, let's say with 2,000, 5,000 rupees, and slowly and steadily building up to it. Do regular investments, do SIPs and so on and so forth, so that you can grow your wealth in crypto.
Thank you very much, Edul Patel, for joining us and helping us make sense of this exciting moment in cryptocurrency. It's been great hearing your insights. And for our viewers, stay tuned for more updates as we keep an eye on what's next in the world of crypto.
And remember, it's Doge time at the US Capitol. Billionaire Elon Musk and fellow entrepreneur and Neta Vivek Ramaswamy were at the Capitol Hill this week, where they met with Republicans to dismantle the federal government and cut back spending. But what caught everyone's eye is Elon Musk's son, who joined in on the Doge meetings. All right, we're taking a very quick break. We've got much more coming up on the other side. Stay with 5 Live.
Weather forecast now. Delhi, maximum 25 and minimum 12 degrees. Mumbai, maximum 29 and minimum 26 degrees. Kolkata, maximum 29 and minimum 18 degrees. Bangalore, maximum 27 and minimum 20 degrees. Chennai, maximum 29 and minimum 25 degrees. Hyderabad, maximum 31 and minimum 19 degrees.
Amidst all the turmoil and persecution of minorities in Bangladesh, the government has just confirmed that India's Foreign Secretary will be visiting Dhaka shortly. The External Affairs Ministry has just confirmed that Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri is scheduled to visit Bangladesh for consultations on the 9th of December. That's just a few days from now. This is part of structured interactions. Here's what Randhir Jaiswal, the spokesperson of the External Affairs Ministry, has just said.
Foreign Secretary is is scheduled to visit Bangladesh on 9th of December, and he will meet his counterpart, and there will be several other meetings during the visit. Foreign Office consultations led by the Foreign Secretary is a structured engagement between India and Bangladesh. We look forward to this meeting.
And finally, Pamela Anderson, who needs no introduction, I'm sure. The Baywatch icon's fresh face has gone completely viral. She's 60 years old, can you believe it? And she's decided to make it a point not to wear makeup ever. It's the no makeup look that's now making Pam viral all over again. See you on the other side.
In an age dominated by filters, contour kits and 12-step skincare routines, Pamela Anderson is turning heads for all the right reasons. The 56-year-old walked onto the red carpet recently wearing nothing but confidence, and her makeup-free look has gone viral.
Well, it was at Paris Fashion Week, and I decided I was just going to a fashion show. I didn't need to compete with anybody. Like, why am I wasting 3 hours in a makeup chair when I have these beautiful Vivienne Westwood clothes on? And I didn't realize anyone would even notice. And I just started taking it all back and then started peeking out without makeup. And then I started realizing, oh, I feel great as me.